Hey guys, it's Robin, RsIslandCrafts, and this is Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, February 12th, 2019. Valentine's Day is in a couple days. Do you guys celebrate? We've never really gone overboard for Valentine's Day. We've always gotten little things for the kids and stuff, but for hubby and I think Valentine's Day was more of a thing for when we first started dating, because after we've been married now and together for 28 years, and it takes more than one day a year to show someone that you love them, right? It is a nice reason to have candy and cake and special dinners and maybe to go out and stuff. But it's when we had kids, we just kind of stayed home and did things with the kids. Pretty sure we don't have anything going on this year because if anything goes on, I'm the one that has to schedule it and do it. And then I think we have doctor's appointments that day. So I made another baby quilt this week. This time I used the Jolly Bars Baby Quilt by Diary of a Quilter. I think it was meant to be used for scraps or maybe a layer cake, because what you do is you take, this is a free pattern, I'll put a link down in the description, is you take a rectangle that's 5 by 10 and then you stitch on a whatever you want, a background color, a white, a neutral, a bright, whatever you want, a 5 by 5 square. And then you chop it in half and you have two pieces. And you can do that with a variety of fabrics, but as I was going through, I really wanted to use this blue-purple. I'll show it to you in a second. And then I thought, oh, well, this green flower is really fun too. Well, let me see what else I have in my stash that'll work for it. And then I found this green and pink, what are these? These are little lambs or sheep, depending on how you want to look at it. So I thought that looked really good together, but then I couldn't find any other fabrics that really went together. So I thought, well, I'll just use these three and see what it looks like. There you go. This is the way it's meant to be, but I guess if you wanted to, you can always turn it this way too. It's kind of a play on like a coin quilt, but instead of using all the little bits and stuff, you're going to use these larger pieces. Let me block the sunlight off so you can see those colors. See, this fabric here is the one I started with. It's got these purples and pinks. And I thought that was really pretty. And then this flower fabric is really pretty too. And of course, once again, it's pretty. This green sheepy lammy stuff with all the flowers. They've got a lot of pink in their skin tone and in their fur. And they got these little boots on. And here's that little look with the light going through it, just because I like that. We had a pretty busy week this week, so I didn't just do Saturdays for sewing. I also had to go into a little bit and steal a little bit of time from Sunday. So normally when I just kind of hang out in the craft room and watch some movies and YouTube, and I pull in all my knitting projects and my embroidery and I work on that. Today I ended up spending most of my Sunday doing stuff around the house, catching up on chores, but then finishing off this quilt. I think it was totally worth it. I seem to be in a green mood lately because I really like the way this green with the little lammies play against the green with the pink flowers. I've never considered myself a green person. Now, as a kid, I used to love the color with green because I like to do grass and trees. For some reason, I've always been more of a landscape colorer. You know, in a coloring book, I love to color the trees, and I would sketch trees and stuff like that. So green was really popular back then for me. And I don't know, I guess it's just starting to come back. I seem to be drawn to greens again. It's strange how things go like that. I haven't measured this yet, but it's supposed to measure something like 42 by 46. So it's just a little bit of a larger baby quilt, which is good. So that was my sewing fun for this week. Did you guys get to do anything? Recently I received some quilt tops in the mail that were donated so that I can use them either for myself or to donate to the charity quilts that I'm doing. And I have a few of them, so I thought I'd just go ahead and show you one each week in addition to whatever I'm working on. Hold on while I grab it. This first one is a longer than I would normally. It's narrower in width and longer in length. And as far as I can tell, I think the design was, it was a square here and then this here, so it kind of looks like it might have been a disappearing 9 patch. But this would be a really fun one. It looks like it's a boy style quilt. It's got robots. But it does have some pink cats on it, so who knows? Kids are kids, right? Clifford the Big Red Dog, some SpongeBob, so a lot of fun kid prints. This measures about 34 by 50, so I might need to add some extra something, put some borders down the side, add maybe not a solid fabric, maybe some type of novelty fabric all the way down the edge, just to give this a little bit more width. Look at the cute little sea life block. And so I think just maybe adding a couple little borders down the side, it will be some, I have some of this robot fabric I think somewhere, so that I could always put that on there. And I might have some SpongeBob or Snoopy fabric. Or even just some type of a semi-solid grunge fabric down each side would work really well. But this is a nice quilt to go ahead and add to the children's charity. This will probably end up going to a Project Linus. There's a lot of fun little novelty squares on here for kids. So that's it for me this week. I'm very thrilled. I was a little concerned that I wasn't going to get a baby quilt done this week, but I got my quilt done. And I have extra quilts just in case I don't get through to my 52 quilts for the year. But so far so good. I hope everyone else has had some time this week to be a little creative, do a little sewing, a little quilting, or whatever it is that you might want to work on. So that's it for me this week. I'm going to go ahead and clean up some of this mess that you can't see off to the sides and behind you. I have a hard time. I don't mind a little bit of clutter here and there, but I have a really hard time when I have too many things. Like this table becomes a dumpy grounds when I'm not home too often. I tend to just open the door, dump things on it, and close the door because I know the cats can't get to it. And then I end up with a mound of things that I have to go ahead and put away throughout the week before I can go ahead and craft again. So I'm going to have a little tidy up, and then I'm going to go check out all of your videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!